our sense is that this event that we are encountering, the COVID pandemic, exceeds a lot of the planning parameters that we've thought about. Certainly in the tourism sector, I mean, we've gone through crises before, with SARS, with a collapse of demand during the global financial crisis, for example, in 07-08 as well. But we've never seen anything like this. So this is not just a healthcare pandemic, it's not a healthcare issue alone, it's also a collapse in demand, a collapse in travel, a collapse in supply chains around the world. So this is having a very extended effect on the tourism industry. It's beyond a crisis. I think for many parts of the tourism industry, it's very much an existential issue for them right now. So there are very detailed safe management measures in place for retail, F&B, hotels doing staycations, for example, even tours right now. We've spent a lot of time talking to the healthcare experts, but talking to the operators on the ground to find that sweet spot between what is really, really safe versus what is practicable on the ground. When that visitor comes to Singapore, he or she will be assured of a very safe, very pleasant experience here in Singapore, because we would have done everything we can to make Singapore safe. SG Clean's our national mark, which I believe at this point over 16,000 businesses in Singapore have already gotten their SG Clean certification. It's a national mark of excellence, right? It is a commitment not just currently to higher standards of hygiene and sanitization, but it's a longer-term commitment to raise the bar. Changi Airport has had a head start because of its efforts in biometric technology and easing the entire immigration flows for a long time already. So now they are now experimenting with even more technology, not just from the perspective of contactless, but it helps to facilitate through flow of passengers and customers through Changi Airport.
So when you arrive onto Marina Bay Sands, we have an application that allows customers to swipe in And that not only interfaces with the government system for contact tracing purposes, but also allows us to dynamically control the on-property population right throughout the resort. It is about taking a very systematic approach to delivering hospitality with the same quality and warmth that we always delivered it, but with this new expectation of a safe and sanitized environment. It's interesting because it was always the fear that the hospitality element would be diluted as a result of some of these measures. But I think really necessity is the mother of invention when it comes to pulling these programs together, and COVID brought this about, obviously. And the brief to those teams is, let's not compromise on either. Is it possible to do both? Deliver absolute world-class hospitality, but also not compromise on these very important safe management measures. And I feel pretty confident that we have achieved that.
We have specially developed an app which contains all the ticketing information that they need for the visit, and this is to allow that the whole experience is contactless. Visitors now, prior to arrival, are required to pre-book a time slot and to make an appointment before they can come and visit us. Selling timestamp tickets for the first time allow us to stagger the entries, spread out the crowd, so that we have better control.
Obviously, it's not the best time to go anywhere during the pandemic, but I feel that they've done a very good job in keeping the numbers down with the appointment system. But also, you can see lots of markings around to remind people about the distancing measures. So we feel safe.
Singapore's doing heaps better. Yeah, in terms of social distancing, in terms of making sure that people actually stick to it. I think the government's made it very easy for people to comply with the rules.
Well, in the F&B industry, they've had to adapt very quickly to all the various requirements, the safe management measures that we've had to impose on them, and they've done so very well. So spreading tables out, making sure patrons are spread out as well, changing their ordering systems, maybe more online, more cashless payments, and they've done that very quickly to their credit.
All right, I'm going to get my lunch with my colleague. Well, I don't feel any problem at all, to be honest, because I feel that everywhere I go is going to be pretty well checked. I need to go check in, check out, and I think the government has done a good job keeping track of the movement of people, so I don't feel any issue at all.
Well, we've gradually started to lift some of our travel restrictions, starting with green lanes, reciprocal green lanes with specific countries. We have negotiated one with China. We've announced that we're doing similar arrangements with Malaysia, and there are ongoing negotiations with other countries.
The premises has been given a very good cleanup, and if you look at some of the common surfaces, we actually have coated it with an antimicrobial or self-disinfectant coating, which deactivate any viruses or germs landing on it.